Welcome to the Editor's Note Comics Podcast.
I think that this world, it needs men that are willing to make the hard call.
Central Maine's best comics podcast, by default.
Ain't no thing like me, except me.
Here are your hosts, Zach and Jared.
Maps come with me. No. When do we start?
Welcome back to the show with the most, pop culture news that you can shake a stick at.
In Central Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. What?
No.
No, not feeling
What the
that.
hell was that?
I don't know. It's this cold, and the cold medicine I'm taking, it's not working for me.
You're going to become one of those shock DJs? Shock jock?
No, I'm not gonna be a shock jock. Like, it's time for the morning zoo. Yeah.
So just douchebag then, got it.
That role is taken by you.
Exciting. That's not exciting news. Just a thing I did.
Yeah.
I finished Iron Fist. It's not part of the news. It's not part of anything.
Was it better than the first season?
It's fine. I can't recommend it. It's not good, but it's better.
It's okay. Well, the bar was low.
Yeah, I mean, they did one amazing thing. Not one boardroom meeting, which was half of that first season. So step up.
Didn't you though, say that when they were meeting in that apartment, it's like, this is a boardroom meeting. Just because it's taking place in someplace other than a boardroom, it doesn't mean it's not a boardroom meeting.
That's as close as it got. So I guess they had that going.
They heard you and immediately course corrected.
It's fine. It's not fun. There's literally nothing that stands out. They do one really good thing, though. It's a little uncomfortable watching the whole show just because, the comic that it's based on and all of just that it's supposed to be a martial arts show.
Yes.
It does a wonderful job of having a very diverse cast, very heavily Asian focused. But then the whole time I'm like, oh boy, it's my favorite kind of story, the white savior. But they fixed it. They did a really good job.
Huzzah.
They knew that they had that going on, and they did a really good workaround on it. So I will give them major props for that.
Good on them.
That being said, the last 10 seconds is incredibly stupid, and I don't want more of this.
Does the last 10 seconds set up another season?
They're like, oh, you don't know what this is? I'm like, oh, God, it hurt my brain. It was so dumb.
You can't say what it is. You don't want to spoil it.
I guess I won't, but oh boy, I saw a lot of people on the internet. They're like, I can't wait for next season. That was amazing. And then I saw it. I'm like, what the hell?
I'm sorry.
Like, I'm not saying I don't know Iron Fist the best. I know Iron Fist a bit. I'm like, I don't think that's the thing he can do. And if it is, it's a very 90s thing he just did.
Did he watch Dawson's Creek?
Did you watch Dawson's Creek?
No, I didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch Dawson's Creek.
That wasn't on cable. That was like WB.
I didn't get the WB either. I thought that was on cable. I thought it was... Oh, maybe not. Did you watch Dawson's Creek?
No.
Did you dress like anybody on Dawson's Creek?
I don't know. No, so I never watched the show. I know nothing about it.
Did you not wear like a choker and a long sleeve sweater with a stripe across the middle?
No, I didn't.
Like a long
those things.
But you know what I'm talking about. Typical 90s fashion, late 90s fashion.
Did men wear chokers?
Or not a choker necessarily, but like that kind of like the hemp necklace.
Oh, the hemp necklace. Sure, I did.
Yeah.
I could do them myself.
Didn't you also you wore a wristband for a while, a leather wristband?
Yeah, that was douchey.
Yeah, well, you did.
Yeah, of course.
And you also wore a large leather wristband watch thingy, didn't you?
No.
Oh, that wasn't you?
No.
Oh, that was another one of my douchebaggy friends.
Apparently.
I get you all confused.
You all look alike.
With your leather wristband
And
gauntlet things.
And your frosted tips.
Did you ever do frosted tips?
In middle school.
Wow. I bleached my hair once. Like full on platinum M&M bleached it.
That sounds like a bad idea.
I cannot to this day find pictures of it, for which I am extremely and eternally grateful.
Oh, that's a weird mental image. I guess from there, let's move on to the news.
It took 2 bottles of the dye to make it happen. And when I went home from after doing it, my mother was like, what happened to your hair? I'm like, I'm going through a phase. She's like, it's a short-lived phase, I hope.
And now the news.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
It's time for the news.
I don't even know where to start with this. Do you want to do the good news or the weird news?
Can we do like a news sandwich?
You know what? I'm just going to go down the order I wrote it in.
Okay.
They're not going to connect. Maybe they will. Maybe I'll switch it up. We'll start off with something interesting. So the Disney streaming service that's coming.
Yes.
Name unknown. They announced some live-action Marvel Limited shows that are going to tie in directly to the movies, like way more than the Netflix things or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had. They announced a Loki live-action series.
Ooh.
Yeah, starring Tom Hiddleston.
Really?
Yeah, in a Scarlet Witch series.
Interesting.
They're both getting live-action shows, like 8-episode shows.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, they're not going to get their own movie, so yeah, definitely do that. And they're also characters that really just need a costume and a little bit of effects work. So it's going to be cheaper than doing like a Vision show, who would be big time money, or even Hulk or something like
Yes.
that. Like these, you put a little red dust in there for Scarlet Witch, and Loki's got a stick he's shooting people with. But yeah,
I'm kind of interested in like a Loki live action.
I was probably going to get the streaming service anyway, but that definitely like sealed the deal for me.
You're gonna certainly get it.
Oh yeah, I mean the Star Wars show already probably had me in there no matter what, because they're doing like 100 mil.
Yeah.
So I mean they were definitely putting real cash into the Star Wars thing with Favreau behind it. But yeah, this is definitely like, yeah, you got my money, Disney. You probably had it. Now you definitely had it.
They have everybody's money. How many episodes? Like full
8.
seasons?
Limited series.
8. Okay. Interesting. I wonder
Yeah.
how it all ties into the universe.
Because Scarlet Witch, she even like her limited series in comics, it's usually Scarlet Witch and the Vision. There's been a few of those, so is Vision going to be there? He's more expensive to do.
Yeah, but think about the money they're gonna make.
I mean, I guess it's Disney money. They could probably be like, yeah, we'll get Paul Bettany on TV.
yeah, they got that Disney money going. That Netflix money.
They don't have Netflix money.
They have more than Netflix money.
No, Netflix has more than them.
Oh, they wish they had the Netflix money.
They're probably going to get it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, with something.
Once
With,
the streaming service happens and once the Fox acquisition goes through.
yes, gotta spend money to make money.
Oh, they're spending. Yeah, they're getting Hiddleston on TV. That's nuts. So I guess they survive.
Yeah, or is it like before? Is it prequely? Is it
If it's a prequel, then what's her name?
Scarlet Witch?
Elizabeth Olsen's going to have to do that terrible accent she had again.
Oh,
so I think
yeah,
it probably won't
true.
be a prequel. She had the Halle Berry arc of, I have an accent. Now I don't.
She became acclimated speech-wise.
No, I just don't think she wanted to do it.
That's also a reasonable and fair assertion.
I'm looking forward to him. I think that's a cool idea.
Her having her accent again? Or
Oh, no, that's a stupid
okay,
idea.
okay.
Keep that dumb thing away. I guess if we're talking streaming services, I should have showed you this. I didn't. CBS All Access. This was,
They released a picture of the first table read.
oh, there was that, yeah,
Yes.
for the Picard show, whatever it's going to be called.
Yeah.
But they put out a teaser trailer for their upcoming Twilight Zone show that's going to be hosted by Jordan Peele.
That's going to be pretty cool.
It was I wish I'd shown it to you. Didn't think about it. But they do this, they have the old theme playing. You get Rod Sterling and their voices start to mesh, and then it comes out to just being Jordan Peele's, and he steps out and they're still doing it like black and white. And I was like, damn it, you got my money, CBS All Access.
Would you like
I'm so
to
annoyed that I have to do 2 more streaming services.
Would you like to see them do some of like the retro ones, like bring back some of the old ones and redo it with new people?
No.
Or do you want
because they
whole
did that in
new-
the movie. That was the movie, and the movie was not good. Also, people died on it.
Yeah, but I was
Like,
so
kids'
you want
heads got
you
cut
want
off.
new Twilight Zone stories,
I want it to be new, but I still want it to keep that kind of
pulp fiction, like pulpy feel.
yeah, the camp flavor. Because I mean, there's stuff like Black Mirror. I've only watched one Black Mirror. I'm like, that was dark.
Like the thing about
Like
the Twilight
the
Zone
Prime
was it wasn't-
Minister had to have sex with a pig live on television, and that's the one episode I watched.
well, you know how to pick the winners. Like the one thing about like the Twilight Zone is it wasn't like really scary so much as it was like unsettling.
There's a couple that were scary.
But like I feel like there's certainly a difference between scary and unsettling.
Yeah, there was a camp to it, and I mean that in the best way possible.
Like-
I want that kind of feel.
Like
to
sitting
it.
around a campfire, like that kind of scary
And I never
story.
I think there have been 2 revival shows before this. I haven't watched either one of them. I've also never really heard anything about them, which probably speaks to their quality.
I know we've talked about it a bunch of times, but like certainly feel like my favorite Twilight Zone episode was To Serve Man.
That's a good one.
The All the Time in the World, though, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah. I forget the name of it. The one where Burgess Meredith's the devil.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the name. That was in season 4 when things got bad. First 3 seasons are gold, but then when the format and the budget changes.
What was the one where the bus and the diner and the aliens are like, oh, we're coming, and then the guy at the diner is like actually an alien with a third eye in the middle of his head, and he's like, actually, we're already here. And we've actually, everyone on your planet is dead.
Or even the Shatner one in the diner.
The Shatner one is like Terror at 30,000 feet.
No, he was in 2.
Oh, okay.
There's also one with him in a diner that's really great. But whatever, man. Like, I feel bad that Hulu doesn't quite have my money. They have a couple of shows that I want to watch, but I'm not quite enough for me to pay them.
Can we do a Twilight Zone episode because next month is Halloween month. This is the last episode before
Yeah.
Spooktober.
We're not calling it that.
Okay, cool.
I have Halloween planned out. Maybe next year.
Bootober? October.
We could skip watching Venom.
October. What?
We could skip Venom and do another one.
I think we should.
We'll see if the reviews are like that abysmal.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I know we're supposed to see it, but we'll see.
Can we just Redbox it?
Maybe.
Okay.
But next week is going to be our annual drinking game.
Oh God. What is going to be our drinking game? I don't like it. Do we have to do it on a weeknight? Can we do it on a weekend?
Maybe.
Please?
It makes life easier.
Yes.
we're going to see you this. So you're going to come over for a barbecue and then just never leave. So we're going to go into it. Already have been drinking to just drink some more. That could be a fun show.
Oh boy.
But yeah, whatever. Twilight Zone, man. And Jordan Peele is such a good pick. After Get Out,
Yes.
I mean, and he's doing a movie right now, and he's developing another show. I mean, he is red hot,
he is.
and rightfully so.
What movie did I just recently see that Ryan Coogler was tapped to direct?
You saw that he was tapped to produce Space Jam 2 with LeBron.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's all I needed to remember.
Great.
That was going to be part of Jared's sports reports. It still will be.
Space Jam 2.
Bring it. I'm all in. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm
that's
all
why
in.
LeBron signed with the Lakers just to be in LA.
Yeah.
It's 100% why
absolutely.
he's there.
Yeah.
Getting away from television because I don't think there's any more TV news. Here's a guy that I don't know, but there's a little bit of news. Corey Fukunaga is going to be directing James Bond 25, replacing Danny Boyle with a new release date of 2020. And they've said that it's going to be even darker than the other Bonds. Speaking of things that were fun and pulpy in the 60s,
Yes.
I don't want that. I just want this damn series to end. I want to get rid of like sad bastard Bond.
Are you ready for a new Bond?
Sad dad Bond. That's what he is. It's just someone's sad, angry dad at this point.
Come on. Skyfall was really a good Bond movie. I thought Skyfall was probably the best of the Daniel Craig's.
They're 50-50 right now. They're probably going to go over to the side of more bad than good at this point, I'm guessing.
So are you saying that, so for you, it's Casino Royale and Skyfall are the good ones? So every other one, so we're due for a good one. Hopefully. I still haven't seen Spectre, though. You keep telling me don't even bother.
I wouldn't. It was frustratingly bad.
What was your favorite Pierce Brosnan Bond movie?
The one with Sean Bean.
Oh, the first one, Goldeneye.
Yes. I couldn't remember the name, yeah.
Yeah, it was the very first one he was in. That still had the Timothy Dalton feel.
Tower on him.
The radio. For England, James? No, for me.
Such a shitty movie.
I like that one. The World Is Not Enough is pretty good. Oh, no, Tomorrow Never Dies. That was a good one. With the media mogul, the newspaper guy.
It's the one that had Alan Cummings and the exploding pen. Is that what we're doing this episode? Just trying to remember things we've seen before?
Probably, yes.
Whatever. I don't like the idea of doing a darker Bond. I don't know this director at all. I guess he is mostly known for True Detective Season 1. Heard good things about it. Never saw it.
Okay.
I just want a lighter Bond at this point. Like we've seen
go back to like the
Jason Bourne and we've seen Angry Bond. I'm not saying like do the CG crap fest of like the Pierce Brosnan era, but I mean that first Kingsman, that recaptured the fun of a spy movie. Do something close to that, just not with a teenage boy.
Do you want to go back to like the really bad puns, like the henchman dies and like he cuts his head off and it's like, oh, he just couldn't keep his head.
That was Austin Powers.
That was also a James Bond
That'd
one.
Be fine.
When Odd Job throws the thing and the guy's head comes off.
Yeah, that's what I want. A iconic, weird, big villain and a lighter tone and maybe less sexual assault from James Bond.
I like the witty, the puns, like when Sean Connery shot the guy with the harpoon gun. That was quite to the point.
Or that time he was Asian. That wasn't good.
Was that Medicine Man?
I forget what Bond movie it was.
Oh, there was a Sean Connery movie called Medicine Man where he's like in the jungle.
Or that time that they hid inside of an alligator. Other news, CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, had an interview. It was pretty boring. It was very a CEO interview.
Didn't he like double down that James Gunn is not coming back?
Yeah, that was brought up. He said that he made it sound like it wasn't him, but he supported it. He's like, there was a unanimous decision by other executives that came to me, and I support their decision, and I haven't second guessed it.
Of course, he said it was. He's gonna say that.
But the big thing that came out of it is he said that there was going to be a slowdown of Star Wars movies, which is probably a good idea.
Yes.
I bet Solo would have done they probably still wouldn't have gotten out of the black, but
you mean gotten into the black? Out of the red?
Yeah.
There you go.
But if they did it in December versus just a couple months later, I don't think it was the Last Jedi follow. I think people were just like, we just saw one. You're not Marvel.
Yeah.
So they're slowing down. Who knows what that means for the side stories? Probably not many of them. I mean, just do the Obi-Wan one and call it a day.
Yes. I'd love to see the Obi-Wan one.
But they said there's still, like, the other trilogies that were announced. I forget the guys were even working on them. Like, oh, yeah, that trilogy is still in production. They didn't say anything about Rian Johnson's other trilogy, but I assume that one's still in production because they seem to really like Rian Johnson. So, but yeah, Star Wars movies are slowing down, probably for the best.
So do you think we'll ever see, like, a resolution to some of the stuff out of Solo? No? I
think you'll get it in the cartoons or the comics. I think, yeah. So if you want to find it, it will be there, but
not in a live-action format?
No. And there's already a comic coming out that's a follow-up to Solo. I think that was in this month's order, or maybe it's in next. I don't remember. But yeah, that's already happening.
Okay.
No, I doubt we're going to see those live-action versions again. I think there is a world where we see a Lando movie, because I think Donald Glover's popular enough.
Yes. People like Lando.
Well, and he's also, for as popular as he is, and for as much as he's done, he doesn't really... He has TV shows to his name, like Atlanta, and he's developed some other stuff, but he doesn't have a franchise to his name, really. He's the kind of guy who's kind of ripe for that. He could definitely carry a franchise.
Yeah.
I guess more Disney Marvel news. Brie Larson put up a really... it was on her Instagram story. There was a main complaint that came out of the Captain Marvel trailer. Did you hear this?
No, I did not.
She didn't smile enough. Because, women have to smile.
Or like superheroes.
So what she did is she took posters from Iron Man 3, Captain America the Winter Soldier, and Doctor Strange, where they're all have like these really serious, stern faces, and put the creepiest smiles on them. It's disturbing.
I like Brie Larson.
Look, I don't usually say fact check the show, but look up, like, I don't know, Captain Marvel smile or something, just to see these terrifying images that she put up. She's like, there, I fixed the other ones. I like her attitude, but also shut up the internet.
That message is falling on deaf ears.
But she has to smile more to make her more charismatic. I mean, sure, she's in a war and she got blowed up and she fell through a blockbuster, but she should smile about it.
Let's see here. Trying to find it. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's very creepy, Doctor Strange.
Oh, they're terrifying.
Yes. That's also...
it changes them in such a big, weird way.
He looks very much like Nicolas Cage in this. The Iron Man 3 one.
Oh, they're so creepy.
That's just hideous.
But I do appreciate her trolling.
Yes. Good trolling. Bravo on her.
I guess more Marvel movie news. A director who I don't know is going to be directing a thing I know next to nothing about. Chloe Zhao will be directing The Eternals. It's a Marvel property created by Jack Kirby, and I know next to nothing about them. The Celestials created these good beings called the Eternals, and then there were some bad ones they also created that were on the other side. I don't even remember their name. I know
the Bad Turnals.
I don't next to
the Externals.
It's something like really like the Despair or something. That's not what it is.
Not the Internals.
I mean, when they did Guardians of the Galaxy, that was people like, whoa, Marvel's really going outside the box, which it was a little bit, but even for me, I'm like,
what about the Urinals?
No. I know nothing about the Eternals, or I know very little.
So the Urinals aren't a thing?
But I guess they'll be doing reprints of those books because I checked, I'm like, is there anything I can even order? Nah.
No.
So I think there's going to be some reprints that come in because, boy, yeah, the Eternals, that's getting way out there. I can't imagine, the Guardians interacting with the main Marvel universe, that makes sense to a point, but these are characters that are so far out there. I'm like, yeah, they're going to be their own thing, which is fine. Go big and weird. I don't care.
Be new. Be unique.
Be eternal.
Be, I'm trying to think of other.
Speaking of Bee,
Ernals.
Bumblebee had a trailer.
Yes, he did.
I thought that was a decent segue.
It was okay. You buzzed right into it.
Go to hell. I don't want to do this.
That was quite a sting to that one.
Look, it looks better than any Transformers movie I think we've ever gotten, but I'm not going to watch it because I refuse on principle.
It didn't pollinate the show.
Some of the stuff looked really cool.
Yeah, I like.
They showed Cybertron.
Well, not just the Cybertron, but like.
Also, that's about the end of my Transformers lingo that I know.
But all of like the different ways that they transformed in and out of their different vehicles, like to go from like I think it was Starscream was one of the planes, but we like went from plane to car to like robots. That was kind of cool.
I couldn't believe it. They had I don't know any of the Transformers names.
Optimus Prime.
I know that one, but
Megatron.
They had the Transformer
Bebop,
that
Jazz
has a cassette deck in his chest, and they used it. They shot out the cassette deck, and he turned into a robot. I was like, holy crap!
I like it.
They have the cassette deck one.
They're going all in.
Well, yeah, they seem to be making it weird. They showed a hologram of Optimus, and he looks like Optimus from the cartoons. Like, he doesn't look like that weird one from the movies that has like lips and stuff. This just had like the plate that goes up and down. He looked identical to the old cartoon.
And Peter Falk. No, Peter
Culk.
Falk is it? What?
Peter Culk.
Yes, well, it was
something along
those
lines.
Still voicing Optimus. John Cena's in it. I was unaware until the trailer. I was like, oh, look, John Cena. I was like,
yeah, he's coming up. He's like the poor man's The Rock.
He is the poor man's Rock.
Or the poor man's Dwayne.
Yeah, you can't call him
such a lame name. Dwayne is the nerdiest name.
Okay, I dare you to say that to him. You walk right up to him like, Dwayne, that's a nerdy name.
It is a nerdy name.
He's probably going to kick your ass.
I think he's too friendly for that.
Have you seen this man? Have you seen how large he is?
He's large, but he seems jovial.
Have you seen him ever fight anybody?
In
You know what he used to do for a living, right? He used to like dress up in spandex and beat the shit out of people
Yeah, but not really.
and verbally tear them apart.
Sometimes he had a guitar.
That's true.
I liked it when he sang.
Oh, and the rock concerts.
Did they call them those? That's amazing. I know nothing about wrestling, but I know that he had a guitar.
He did have a guitar, and they had rock concerts.
That's phenomenal. Whoever thought of that deserved a raise.
He's probably Vince McMahon.
He's probably doing fine financially.
I think he's got a couple of dollars to spare. Maybe he could Patreon us. Would you allow yourself to be body slammed in the middle of a WWE ring for like
Yes.
$10,000?
Whatever the figure was, yeah, sure. For cash?
$50?
I mean, do I have to pay for the flight?
No.
Okay. I need more than that. I need to get
Like if
more
they
than
came to Maine, if they came to Augusta and said, "Hey Zach, we'll give you $100 if you let us body slam you with the biggest dude we got,"
Yeah.
I would pay money to watch that. To be honest, I would love to see that. Let's make this happen.
That'd be fine.
Would you dress up like the human spider?
I'd dress up like Bruce Campbell.
That name sucks.
But Bruce Campbell and Bubba Hotep.
Ooh, good pull. That's a
I'll be Elvis.
strange pull. Do you believe that he was Elvis in that movie?
It doesn't matter.
That is
It's fun either way.
that is a great pull. I haven't heard the name Bubba Hotep in a long time.
It's also a fun movie title to say.
Bubba Hotep.
Bubba Hotep. Say it fast. Really rolls off the tongue. Bubba Hotep.
I haven't seen that movie in 15 years.
For those who don't know what Bubba Hotep is, Elvis didn't really die, supposedly. An impersonator died that he switched places with so he could go lead a normal life, and he's in a retirement home. And JFK is also in the retirement home with him, but he's black, and he says that the CIA made him black, and that's why it's such a good disguise.
Pretty effective disguise.
And there's an ancient Egyptian mummy that comes into the nursing home and sucks out people's souls through their butts. But no one notices anything weird because they just expect the old people to die. And Elvis and JFK, black JFK, have to fight an Egyptian mummy king.
Named Bubba Hotep.
It's fantastic. Great movie.
It certainly isn't normal.
I hope someone watches that now. I hope we just got like a rental through YouTube or something.
That'd be great.
It's legitimately fun. The Defenders on Netflix may not be dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a very good show.
More Iron Fist.
I'd like them to do it again just to do it better. And I'm not paying any more money to Netflix because, it's already there, so do it. But they said it might not be with the same team of people that it is now. I'm like, great, so less interesting characters. Oh boy.
So, yeah. Who else is going to be doing the defending?
They didn't say, but yeah. That's a possibility. Oh man, I should have segued out of that with this. Look, I don't have a lot of news about this. I just think it's a weird idea. There's a new comic coming out. Star Trek versus Transformers. Captain Kirk will be fighting the Decepticons.
Good for him.
Comic book crossovers are weird. I like them because they're just weird. It would never happen in any other format.
We talked about this before. There was like a letters to the editors about what crossover would you like to see.
I never would have thought of this one,
No,
but sure, go for it. I guess they'll be in space or something.
Well, that's
or
usually
they
where
can
the
go back to
Decepticons
Earth.
are,
I
yeah,
don't know.
so.
Who the hell knows? It sounds weird and stupid,
It's illogical.
but I don't mind weird and stupid if it's fun.
I want to kind of know what Spock is going to say about it, or Scotty.
He'd probably be the funnest one.
Oh, yeah, he probably would be.
Just like the engineering aspect of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something Scotty would say and do a terrible Scotty impression, but I'm not going
I'm
to.
trying to think. I mean,
I'm going to spare you that.
I don't know the Transformers well enough to be like, which Transformer would have dilithium crystals they're going to need inevitably. Maybe they're on Cybertron. Maybe that's why they have to go there.
It could be.
There we go. I made the meat plot for some reason. I got you there. They need dilithium crystals, and there's some on Cybertron.
That's why Kronos blew up. Praxis. That's why Praxis blew up. The Klingon moon Praxis, because all those Decepticons went there going mining for dilithium crystals.
What else we got? I'll save DC for the end.
Okay.
Rob Liefeld, co-creator of Deadpool and Cable, says that he is working on a huge X-Men crossover. Marvel called him and said, hey, you want to do a thing? And he pitched them a crazy idea.
Please tell me.
That's about all he said, but I was like, ugh.
Is it Captain Kirk versus the Decepticons?
Liefeld is about as 90s as the 90s get, so to me it's kind of a bygone era of what he does. He's also not a good writer. He's an interesting artist, but not a good writer. It's like, oh boy, a huge crossover that Liefeld's doing. I guess he hasn't done anything in a while, so maybe it'll be fun.
Let's hope.
Look, I'm going into it trying to be positive. It was like, ugh.
I like that you're trying to keep an upbeat attitude about
He can't
this.
draw feet. He says he can. He definitely can't. Just tiny, weird little feet.
Didn't we talk about this on the show once?
Yeah.
None of his characters had anything below the knees.
Well, that's what I So when we were in the Deadpool 2 screening, they made a crack about the feet.
Oh,
and no
yes.
one else laughed. I'm like, ooh, no one else really reads books in here, do they?
And then we saw the baby legs.
I guess they could be connected with that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Liefeld's coming back to the X-Men. He also says that now that Disney owns the X-Men, that they're going to be ramping up the books because they've kind of really toned them back for like 20 years. I'm like, of course.
But are they going to ramp them up and be like as edgy as they were 20, 25 years ago?
X-Men used to be the big seller for a long time. X-Men were the number one property. And then when all these like big movie deals started happening, they kind of got scaled back a bit. They never went away, but they certainly haven't been front and center. And now apparently they're going to go back to try and make them kind of like the reigning kings again of Marvel.
Because there were some dark, aggressive, violent X-Men books, weren't there?
And they toned it back to, I mean, there's been a ton of X-Men titles in any given time, but they started to reflect the movies a bit. Like they got rid of the costumes, were just wearing leather for a bit. The idea of the school being a school really came about because of the movies. It was more, you come to Xavier's to learn how to be a mutant and less of the educational side. So that's definitely a big influence from the movies. But I mean, they were trying to ramp up the Inhumans for a while and get rid of the X-Men. No one cared.
They just want the X-Men.
Like, oh boy, there's like 5 semi-interesting Inhumans. Yay! 5 might be a generous number.
Fair.
And hey, I'll have some crossover with my other show. Now that the Buffy property has left Dark Horse, it has gone over to Boom Studios, which Fox owns because they pulled the license. They announced a brand new series literally the day after the last one ended. I'm like, wow, rude guys. Literally gave it no breathing room.
Wah, wah.
Less than 24 hours later, they announced it. But the only reason it's slightly interesting is I think it's going to be a full new canon. At first, it's like, oh, they're going back to high school. I'm like, that's terrible. Never go back. Only move forward. Going back is stupid. But they have her holding a smartphone. Like, they didn't have those in 97.
Nope.
So I'm going to say potentially new canon, which I think could be an interesting if you want to try and build a whole new canon with familiar ideas in comics. I'd be all for it. It also doesn't mess with what's come before you, so you can do what you want.
Like an alternate timeline.
Yeah, I'd be all about
It
it.
happens all the time in comics.
If that's what they're doing, I could go for it if you want to do like modern day, but
Would you be upset if they went back and like changed everything and everything that's happened so far and they just mess with it?
it's not, at this point, it's changing hands, so it's all going to, canon is what you consider canon. That's the way it goes for anything.
Fair.
Whatever comes next, I don't think it's not going to change what's come before. If they want to do their own canon, go for it. No creative teams or anything have been announced. Just hire me. I'll do it.
There you go.
Because that's what another white guy writing it can dream.
Yeah, I'm not poo-pooing your dreams.
Just let me edit the book.
You should get involved. Be the guy.
All right. DC news. I've been putting this off.
Okay.
Let's
Just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's go.
Let's do the less controversial one first. Joaquin Phoenix, his Joker movie. They released makeup photos, and then there were set photos that also showed the Joker. And initially, I hated it.
It looks so like it's trying to recreate the Heath Ledger Joker.
I also came around on it. When they first, I don't know which photos you looked at, but when they did the initial reveal, like kind of just him getting photographed, I didn't like it at all. But when I saw him on set around other people, I'm like, okay, that could work.
I can buy it. It kind of looks a little like Ronald McDonald-y to me, like or like Jack in the Box kind of clown. But I'm interested to see where it goes. It did kind of have a little bit of a Heath Ledger
Oh, yeah, with the,
look to it a little bit,
Yeah.
with like the matted down hair and the.
I mean, if his hair wasn't that length, people probably, I saw a lot of people saying that if he had a different hair length, I
Yeah.
don't think the connection would be drawn as much. But yeah, that certainly the hair is very similar.
I don't know. I'm interested to see. I think Joaquin Phoenix is a talented actor, and
He's a damn weirdo.
well, that typecasting.
But he's done some good stuff. I mean, I really liked Her. Gladiator's good.
Gladiator is very good.
Walk the Line is good.
He did that was a very good movie. Trying to think other Joaquin. He was good in Signs.
Nope.
What?
Hate that movie.
I know you hate that movie, but he was good in Signs.
No one's good in that movie.
Come on.
There's nothing redeeming about that movie.
Don't go in the cupboard or the pantry.
What's his name? Meryl? So sad that I remember that.
Swing away, Meryl.
Ugh, God, it's so dumb. It's embedded in my brain.
Oh, come on. You can't tell me that the hair on your neck didn't like stand up and you didn't get like that full body shiver when the alien walked across the screen for
No,
the
because
first
it was
time.
in all the damn TV spots.
It got me. Again, that night I had to go, I was with the girl I was seeing at the time and sleep in her family's living room with the reflection of a TV there. You know how creepy that is after the alien's like doing his little thing in the TV and kind of bobbing around? I'm talking like when the alien's walking across the children's party in Mexico.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he's like, "Vamonos, children!" And then like, it happens. He's like, "Oh!"
I don't know. I don't think we need this movie. We've had so many different versions of
Come on, the
Joker.
best lines of the movie are like, "I'm insane with rage."
I don't remember that, but I believe
That's when
it.
he's like, you gotta go outside and like swear at him. I'm gonna kick your ass. And then Mel Gibson's character's like, I am insane with rage.
And alcoholism. I don't really like the Jews. Like, easy does it, Mel.
That's
Too
not,
real.
That's not in the movie.
Please, no one pull that out and take it out of context.
Yeah, no. Why even open yourself up to that?
Because Mel Gibson sucks.
I hope you're not running for any public office ever.
Oh, we'll get there. I don't know. I sounded sad about that one. That's literally the topic this week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a million other characters you could do. We've had so many Jokers. I'd rather see a different movie, but hopefully it'll be good. The makeup's weird. It's at least unsettling, which I think it's supposed to be.
Different.
And then, the last bit of news for this week. You ever hear this book, Batman Damned?
Nope.
It got national coverage last week.
Did it really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, why?
This is a thing that I knew about. I had read it before we did the show, and I thought, should I bring this up? And I thought, nah, no one will care. I was very wrong because news outlets, television, print, the internet as a whole, all freaked out over the full frontal shot of Batman.
Is there bat dong?
Oh, yeah, you see the whole bat pole.
The whole bat pole. Nice
Yeah.
job. Wow.
And I thought, will anyone care? Nah, no one will care. I was way off. When I got my shipment in last week,
Have you seen the bat pole?
yeah, I read the book. I don't really care.
Okay.
But when I was going through my order last week, I'm like, I ordered way too many of these. Turns out I was wrong.
Oh, yeah?
Because once it hit the news, I couldn't stop getting phone calls and emails and Facebook messages, and I didn't know what to say to people. They'd be like, oh, did you see this? I'm like, yeah, it's getting a lot of press. Because what am I going to say to them?
Would you say it's no longer a hard sell?
I'd say it goes to the right a bit.
Oh, okay. There you go. Just hanging that book out there.
Look, I'm also going to say that Batman knew he was about to be painted because it's beautiful art in the whole book. It's a beautifully painted book, but I'm going to say he was fluffing a bit ahead of time.
Oh, okay.
He knew he was going to be painted.
He kind of like some guys go get a pump like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was in what was it? Pumping Iron was the name of the movie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the whole Boy Wonder is out there for the world to see. I didn't even notice it. It's in 2 panels. The first, because it's mostly in shadow, so I didn't even really notice. The second time, I'm like, is that Toad from Mario Kart?
Oh, there it is.
Then I had to go back.
There it is.
But people freaked out.
Way to ruin it.
All future printings of this, it's going to be blurred out. The digital didn't have it in the first place, so you could only get it with the physical copy. All future printings. But what's great about that is when there's like price guides, they say why things are worth money. There's going to have to be a thing. It's like nude Batman.
Yeah, when was the last time Dick Grayson was in a Batman comic? Ew.
Second printing, worthless, no nude Batman.
Did you save a first printing for yourself?
No, I didn't care.
Well, no, because that's going to be worth some money now.
But because people freaked out and yelled at DC so much, that's why they're changing it.
So is Batman packing below the utility belt?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he is Bruce Wayne.
Well, that's why I didn't even bring it up last week on the show. I'm like, no one's going to care.
Oh, you were dead wrong.
Yeah, I was way wrong.
I was unaware of the existence of bat penis.
But the thing, like, there's other stuff in that book. There's cursing. There's a ton of blood. There's death. There's a man who's a chain smoker. Secondhand smoke's a real issue. That's a bigger killer.
Yeah, I don't know that.
But yeah, the naked Batman was all over the news. People just screaming at DC to make them recall it. Back in college, I was the assistant manager of an EV Games in a mall, and we get that all the time. Like people would get games for their kids, and if it was like rated M for mature, you had to like say like, "Hey, you sure your kid under 17 is good for this?" And we're like, this one guy was buying like God of War for his kid. He's like, "What's in this?" I'm like, violence and whatnot. You can like cleave a man's head off, and a blood fountain emerges.
Okay.
He's like, "That's fine." He's like, "Is there any nudity?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's listed on here." He's like, "Well, not for my son."
Wow.
Like, so the murder was fine, but the pixelated aerial, that's really pushing it for you.
Of Bruce Hang. That's a good one. I was proud of that one.
Trying to find a Batmite joke in there, didn't get there.
No,
Whatever.
it was a good effort.
Whatever. It was insane how much press it got. Because at first I'm like, oh, like comic book press, that's a good thing. And then so many people were calling, asking for it. I was like, I hate this. I hate this so much.
Wow.
Boy. Yeah. For a book I thought I ordered way too many of, I didn't know it was going to make people angry and blow up in a big way.
You were really cocksure it wasn't going to be a thing.
Easy does it.
That's a phrase, being cocksure of something.
It's incredibly dumb that people were all up in arms about it, and I can't believe that this is now going to create some level of a collector's item. It's all stupid. And the book was pretty good. I liked the book. That's the thing. No one really talked about the book. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah.
But there was only one thing in the news.
Is he really the world's greatest detective?
I can't believe you didn't fact check the show on this for every other dumb thing you do.
No, I didn't know that Bruce's hog was out there. So
I see your hand went for
I'm
your
thinking
phone.
about
You're
it, but I know better now.
It doesn't matter.
Is he like?
It's a painted
does
image.
Does he change his name from the world's greatest detective just the world's greatest D?
Batman Damned. I'm currently out of it. I'll probably get second printings, but it
Batman
won't,
Damned,
it won't be
that
as
what it is?
valuable.
Batman Damned?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Curiosity has gotten the best of me.
And no, you won't be the first person to make the Batman Damn joke. Everybody did that.
Let's see. New Batman Damned comic draws anger from a genital rights group?
I don't know what that means.
That's the first story that popped up. I didn't know there was a genital rights group. Oh, wow. The images didn't sit well with Genital Autonomy America and their director, Marilyn Milos. Genital Autonomy America describes itself as a, quote, educational and advocacy organization working to promote the rights of all infants and children to bodily integrity and genital autonomy without regard to sex, gender, culture, or religion. Okay, interesting.
I don't know what that means. Let's not follow up on that.
The non-therapeutic amputation of the normal body part is a non-consenting minor. Is only a sexual child. What?
Oh, they didn't like that Batman didn't have his hood and cowl.
Oh,
I found a way to work that one in.
Well, yeah. They, like Batman, have goodness on their right side, and my hope is that the
He
others
was on the right side.
who have experienced the unkindest cut also will stand up and
Okay,
protect
stop with the article. Just look at the pictures.
Wow. Well, that answers one of my questions about the.
Very unbat-like.
Let's see if I can find it. Is it? Oh, it's like really shadowed.
I know. That's why I didn't even notice it at first.
Did he crash the
zooming
Batmobile?
in?
I can't really. I'm turning the brightness up on the.
You 100% was just zooming in.
Did he crash the Batmobile in the background, or is he just like?
He's injured.
I guess so. Yeah, I know when I get injured, the first thing I do is get buck-ass nude. All right, there you go. There it is.
Well, that was a weird thing that happened. It was weird in the news, and it was weird here.
It was even weirder on the show.
I didn't think it was worth bringing up, but apparently everyone else did.
Well, Bruce
Shows what I know.
didn't look like in that picture like Bruce was bringing anything up, though.
Moving on. Let's move on from this terrible, terrible story that dominated
It was
my
well
week.
proportioned.
This was my week last week. It was awful. I'm so sick of
People just call up the show. Hey, you got that book with the Batman penis in it?
Yeah, basically. That's
Wow.
what my life was.
Was it a good week of sales then?
Well, I sold out of it by Friday.
There you go.
I wish I had more.
I wish Batman got naked every week.
Well, it was a pricey book, too. It was this oversized one. It was like $6-7.
Was the book oversized or was Batman oversized?
The book
Okay.
We're all done with this.
Yes.
We're all done. Sorry.
It was just the tip of the jokes that we could have made.
Nope. I'm done.
Okay.
I really peaked at that hood and cowl one. So
That was really the mic drop moment of your life.
We're moving on to Jared's sports reports.
He's running down the middle by the 50. He's at the 30. Bare-chested. The guy is drunk, but there he goes. Oh, and they tackle him at the 40-yard line.
It's time for another Jared Sports Report.
That's really a tough act to follow. Well, the Patriots kind of suck right now. They're 1-2. Bad losses, really bad losses to.
I saw everyone on the internet was making fun of Brady for being sad.
Oh, he just kind of helmet flipped. I mean, they've got a lot of things that they need to address. But isn't it almost? It was media day for the Celtics this week.
It was.
They had media day this week. But back to the Patriots. Julian Edelman will be coming off of his suspension. He'll be back in action this coming week. Josh Gordon might be. You'll like his nickname, Flash Gordon. That's his nickname. Yes. Is expected to possibly be active for the Patriots' upcoming game this weekend. So, yeah, the Patriots are kind of struggling, but they will they'll usually find a way to right the ship. What's interesting is the amount of news that's coming out of the organization and some of the stuff, especially around Rob Gronkowski. Very rarely do people within the organization confirm reports, especially when it comes to player movement. And one of the big rumors in the offseason was Gronk. It's kind of come out as like Gronk was going to be traded. And one of the things was trading him to Detroit, but he said that he was going to say, if you trade me, I'm going to retire. I'm only going to be a Patriot. I'm only going to play with Tom Brady. So when he was asked Sunday after the game at Detroit if that was true, he said, absolutely. You never really get that kind of insight. You know, a lot of people are like, is there some discord and unharmony? I think when Brady retires, I think Gronk retires at the same time. Yeah. But there's a lot of discord in that Patriots camp right now, it seems like. So interesting that there's some drama kind of drumming up around the Patriots, usually very workmanlike, very on the straight and narrow. So that's kind of an interesting piece. Shifting gears to baseball, the Boston Red Sox won their 106th game the other night, which is a franchise record in the 108 years. I think it's been 108 years since they won 105 games was their franchise record. So over a century later, so It's a big deal. It's the best Red Sox regular season team in the history of the
time to be
franchise.
alive.
Yes, it is. In fact.
The Flyers have a new mascot.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Gritty.
It's like Animal, like the instead of like Honey I Shrunk the Kids, it's like Honey I Blew Up the Kids. It's like Rick Moranis shot his little ray at him, and he kind of like became a more coked out version of himself.
Look, I've never done cocaine or meth, but I imagine that's what happens to someone after
Your
they
hair
do.
would turn orange and you become scraggly.
Did you see it move?
It's very off-putting. He like turns like ah.
The eyes are googly. I thought they would just be fixed and staring.
No,
but
they're-
it's even creepier that they move.
They're bugged out, man.
What? Oh man! Between the Philly Fanatic and now this,
Yeah, it's not
it's a
normal.
weird city to have mascots in.
Yeah.
I-
But good on them.
I didn't see anything positive. I mean, you don't usually see positive things on the internet. You scratch the surface and everything's negative, but that's a tough one to get behind.
Yeah, not really feeling that.
I think it's terrifying. In a world of dark, gritty reboots, we get a gritty mascot whose favorite food is meth.
It's not an official take that his favorite food is meth. Let's see what other good sports news. Oh, a real interesting thing happening in the world of auto racing. NASCAR is having their first race on what's called a roval.
The hell is a roval?
So it's a road course and an oval all in one. So it's a regular oval track that they race on, and they've raced on forever. But
Okay.
there's been an infield road course installed. So it's part on the oval type track, and there's part like road course with like left and right hand turns. Very interesting.
Okay.
So
I don't care.
I know you don't care, but
On
it
a
will
scale
be
of things I care about,
the
very low.
only road course that NASCAR races on that's raced in a counterclockwise fashion, because all the ovals are counterclockwise. It's all left-hand turns. But this will be the other two road courses go clockwise for the right-hand turns. So interesting.
I believe you.
And
Everyone likes something.
oh, and also Space Jam 2 gonna happen, baby. Yeah.
With Ryan Coogler producing. Like, does that mean I have to watch it?
Maybe-
He's not directing, so I don't know.
Maybe we'll get the long-awaited LeBron Michael Jordan showdown.
Staged for a movie? Yeah, that'll be.
I'm really curious to see what the angle is going to be about LeBron.
They get Bill Murray back somehow.
If you lived in Cleveland, wouldn't you be upset
It's
that
gonna
like
be the same movie. That's fine. I like Space Jam as a kid.
I love Space Jam now as an adult? Come on, who doesn't love the Looney Tunes?
Who's gonna be the weird short player? They don't have Muggsy Bogues anymore.
What's Rajon Rondo doing these days?
Not much.
Yeah, there you go. He looks like Franklin the Turtle.
He's got to be done in like a year.
Wait a minute, I know who could be in it. Shane Larkin.
He got traded.
Oh,
Thank God.
damn it! I liked him.
I didn't. He's gone.
trying to think of who else could be like a good short player.
Also, no one's gonna know who that is.
Shane Larkin.
Yeah, no one would
Somebody
know.
who stole his powers. They got screwed. So yeah, that's about it for the world of sports reports that I've got.
I want everyone to come back who's get Ewing back there, get Barkley back there, get Bill Murray,
That's terrible.
get Wayne Knight.
Is Wayne Knight still alive?
Yes.
Okay, good. I like Wayne Knight.
It's fine.
Didn't a dinosaur eat him?
Amazingly enough, didn't kill the actor.
Okay.
And yeah, Media Day was yesterday.
Monday, the 24th.
Yeah. So earlier this week, I guess. But yeah, good, interesting Media Day.
Also, not like totally sports related, but it made me think of it like nostalgia things. Will Smith turned 50 today.
Weird. Looks good.
Robert Duvall's 88 today, also.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So Kyrie says that he's staying.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
He basically said, why would I want to be a part of another team right now? Like, we're championship level teams. This is a team that's also building. It's going to get better. Why would I want to leave that? Especially because next year when he goes to free agency, he's going to get that max contract.
Oh, he could get that money, yo.
Oh, he's going to get it. And I think he says he wants to have his jersey hanging up on the walls and all that. Like, he's looking long term. He also could just be saying that to get everyone to shut up.
It could be. Who knows?
And
But-
Marcus Morris had the best quote of Media Day because he knows that he's not going to get as much time and everyone just wants to focus on winning because if you win, you get paid.
Yes.
I mean,
And you get a big ring. And
you don't necessarily get to up your numbers, but you at least get paid at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He's talking about how deep the bench was. It's like, we're BWA, bench with attitude.
I like it.
And he also threw it up on Twitter without context, just said BWA.
Attaboy, Marcus.
Oh, he's also a senior now.
Oh, he had a kid?
Yeah.
Nice. Good for him.
Everyone's doing it on the Celtics. They're all having kids.
Good for them. They're all scoring.
Like Horford did it, and they're like, we'll follow your lead, sir.
If Al Horford can do it, so can I.
He's like the old man of the team. He's 32.
That's how you be a kid. Wow. You imagine like 32 being old?
That's a young team.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they're going to kill in the next couple of years if they can retain players.
Well, I mean, they're set to do it. I mean, Danny Ainge has been pretty thrifty in his moves, so.
They signed 3 new kids today. I mean, I don't know any of them.
Well, Jabari Bird opened up some space for him, so.
I mean, he's still technically there.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Because the NBA needs to do their investigation, and if they find that he was in breach of contract, then they can fire him and have that money around to spend on someone else. But if they just fire him outright, then he gets all of his money, so they need to go through the process. But yeah, I'm sure he's going to be done.
Yeah.
But they need to finish their internal investigation first before the Celtics can do anything.
Fair. Oh, I got to sneeze again, I think. This cold is whipping me, dude.
So for those who don't remember, he kidnapped a woman.
A woman?
A woman.
A woman. A woman. Woman. I can't.
But he did go to court already, so yay. At least for the first go-around.
Can I just point out this show's been tough in that I'm trying really hard not to, like, sniffle. It's like builds up.
For your cocaine addiction?
Well, no, because I have a cold. But, like, I remember last time I had a cold, and he said the show was miserable to edit because all I heard was... I'm trying really hard to not do that, and it's miserable. I'm like having to mouth breathe. I hate mouth breathing.
Is that all you got for sports?
Yeah, that's all I got for sports.
Yeah, I don't like that mascot one bit.
No.
Look him up. He's terrifying.
He is. I love how you brought that to my attention, though. Like, hey, the new Flyers mascot is terrifying. Look at it. Don't look at it. Up to you. What do you think I'm going to do? Just like I told you, like, hey, don't see why Mario Kart is trending last week. Of course, what is the first thing you do?
I couldn't have avoided that if I tried.
You would have looked it up anyway because you have a sense of the macabre.
I was a happier man a week ago. So much I didn't know.
Happier being a relative term for you.
I guess that's your sports reports. We don't have a theme for our upcoming segment that I didn't tell you about.
Can you just get the Batman? Or is this a different segment? Is this a new segment?
We're not there yet. Well, It'll be there in a couple of weeks. But I'll at least tease the segment now. Damn it, wrong inbox. I hope if I was in the right email. Oh, that's a segment we should do right now before I announce what this upcoming one is going to be.
What segment are we doing now?
Get ready in a few weeks for our upcoming segment, The Lowdown on Love with Junior Rich. I can't wait for that one, where we pry Jared about his personal life and get dating advice from him.
Wow.
We don't have a theme yet, so we're not doing it. But we do have a theme about construction.
Can you dig it?
What's the state of the construction update?
See you later, new Doug.
Two-way traffic, baby. We're going both ways. Starting Saturday.
Nice.
There's going to be a ribbon cutting.
Is there really?
That's incredibly stupid. Just open up the damn road.
Wouldn't the ribbon cutting like hold up traffic?
I know.
You
just open the road.
You should just run out there and run through it like a marathon runner. Like, yeah, we're open, baby. Woo!
Yeah, two-way traffic is back as of Friday night.
All right.
So that's an important construction update.
The last couple of days I've driven through Hallowell in that direction, heading east.
It's been pretty rough.
It's been unbearable.
Yeah, well, they're almost done. They're almost done.
I say that like it's a struggle I had all summer. Like, kudos to the businesses of downtown Hallowell for riding this thing out.
It sucked.
So are they ahead of schedule then?
I guess. I don't
Well, they're still doing work on some of the side streets.
I'm sure they'll still be doing work, but yeah, it's opening up.
I will say that sidewalk does look really nice.
It'll be nice when it's done, but it has sucked in a big way.
Well, they still have to do the top paving in the spring, but
yeah. So, yeah, that's the construction update. No lowdown on love. Can't wait for that.
Oh, I can wait. Yeah.
Can't be so cagey about the whole thing.
That's incredible. When is that segment debut?
Not next week.
So really
probably 2 weeks.
What if I just go out in an act of desperation and find someone to date just to kibosh this?
Well, then we'll just get updates about that.
This isn't Loveline. I'm not Dr. Drew. You're not Adam Carolla.
No, he has money.
They both have money.
But from there, we're moving on.
How can we move on from that? Thanks for asking mine. But hey, Jared, would you like to open up to the listeners about your personal life? Don't even give me an option. You're just going to throw me out there under the bus.
We talked about it. My original pitch was, how's Jared's dating or something?
Okay, you threw it out there, but I never agreed to it.
Well, there's going to
just
be
because you pitched it doesn't mean it has to happen. You've pitched a lot of things in your life that haven't happened. If everybody, think about this. Like everybody what if James Cameron's pitch for Spider-Man happened, huh? See? Not all pitches are good.
You know you want to see that movie.
Not all pitches are good.
But train wrecks sure as hell are fun to watch. And that's why I would like to have seen that movie.
To see the spider dance.
Let me know how that works.
That's not going to be in the Jared, the lowdown on romance with Junior Rich or whatever this asinine segment's going to be called.
We'll see what happens. From there, we're going on to a review, not of a movie, but of a TV show. We're going back to 1967 for the Batman 66 show. Away with some kind of theme, probably one that says something about a review.
I'm the best there is at what I do. What I do best isn't very nice.
It's time for an Editor's Note podcast review.
Why don't you just like get the bat sound? Isn't it like?
I have that one tucked away. I've used it before.
Isn't it public domain now?
I don't know. I doubt it.
It's not like we're monetizing this thing very effectively.
Subscribe on Patreon.
All right. So Batman 67.
Well, Batman 66, but taking place in 67, I believe.
Yes, it was season 2.
Look, Venom is coming out in a couple of weeks. We probably should have done a show about Venom, but I don't care.
It's your show, man. We're just living in it.
I don't want to deal with that movie. I didn't want to give it the dignity of doing a prep episode. But
Is Venom next weekend?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay. Noted.
But since the midterm elections are coming up,
That's like a month and a couple weeks away. Like, you could have like sat on this a little bit longer.
I couldn't. I tried to do it later just to pick with movies and Halloween. I wasn't going to take away a Halloween episode for this.
You could have like waited till it was time for the Star Wars Christmas episode.
That's tucked away at the end of November. Hopefully it happens. We'll see. I got it. It's on the schedule.
It's been on the schedule for 3 years.
We've yet to do it.
Life Day, man. Come on.
I'm trying. But with the midterm elections coming up, I thought we could all get a good civics lesson from Batman himself.
And like any good civics lesson, it put me right to sleep.
I love this episode, or these combo of episodes. Hizener of the Penguin and Dizener of the Penguin, where Burgess Meredith as the Penguin decides to turn his life around and run for mayor. But is it for altruistic reasons or crime reasons?
To make that sweet cheddar.
His plan is basically just to steal everyone's money and put other criminals in positions of power.
Taxes.
The Riddler is going to become commissioner. The Joker is going to do something. I don't remember what it was.
I think the Joker was going to be the police commissioner.
They said that one was definitely the Riddler. I forget what he said the Joker was going to be.
Something.
Whatever. Some kind of...
Something vile.
Yeah. So, Penguin running for mayor. Have you heard of this anywhere else?
Only on the Batman TV show.
No. Think about Batman movies.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oswald Cobblepot.
100%. This is where Batman Returns comes from, is this two-parter.
Yes, that's right.
Where the Penguin runs for mayor.
I even made that comment. I'm going to play this town like a harp from hell.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Oh, yes, but no. I mean, except for Batman, like Michael Keaton isn't running against the Penguin for mayor.
I like these two episodes way more than Batman Returns. These are hilarious. I love these episodes.
Come on, Christopher Walken's in Batman Returns.
Yes, Max Schreck. Yes, yeah, the Nosferatu thing. Woo, so fun.
Okay, anyhow, let's go back to
that wig, man.
Let's cheer you back up. Okay, let's build you back up. Yeah, how does Selena Kyle survive the fall off that building, by the way, and not be dead?
Doesn't make any sense. Some cats lick her.
Well, next time I'm going to get injured, I want to make sure there are cats there to lick me back to health.
If you fall down and get injured in your house and die, your cat's just going to eat your eyeballs.
Ugh.
True story. And your fingertips.
I would hope Vinny doesn't do that.
Cat's got to eat.
He's got plenty of food in his dish.
What 100% happens when people die in their homes. They have cats. They just end up eating them.
Well, unless somebody I would hope somebody finds me before that. Like, it's not like I'm there for like a week. He's got plenty of food.
You're getting very defensive. Like, cat won't eat me for a little bit.
Tonight I'm going to go home and set out 4 bowls of food for him.
So the Penguin starts doing
good deeds.
Gives money to charity, beats up criminals with his umbrella with a boxing glove at the end of it.
Yeah, how does he get that on the end of that umbrella?
Well, it just has a little sword on it. He just punches people with it.
Yeah, no, but like where does he
Green Arrow.
Where does he hold the boxing glove before he does that?
Who knows?
Also, I feel like that's a really either sturdy umbrella or they're weak punches.
Well, he was faking all the punches.
He doesn't even he pulls all of his punches. Like he never connected with anybody.
That's just shoddy camera work, but yes.
Yes.
Penguin's going to run for mayor against Mayor Linseed, who's definitely going to lose. There's also a Monarch candidate, which I loved. I love that they keep on doing their poll numbers and 2% for the Monarch candidate.
It was the Gallus poll.
And then it kept on going no, 3% for the Monarch candidate.
Also, Mayor Linseed, if you're losing that bad to a career criminal, maybe you should reevaluate your political strategy as being mayor of Gotham City.
So Batman has to run for mayor so the Penguin doesn't win, and Batman decides he's going to talk about the issues, and he's not going to do it. He says he's not going to have catchy slogans, a brass band, and pretty girls, which the Penguin has all of.
And beer and booze and champagne.
And the general discourse of all of this, seeing things of that nature, is kind of depressing. You have to remember, it's a comedy, doesn't reflect real life.
I did
doesn't directly mirror real life.
Was it? Did you find it like weird? Like when Batman is like soliloquying about like the voter is way more smart and informed than that. It's like looking straight ahead. It's like, are you talking to me right now, Bruce? Are you talking to me, Batman?
Batman looks dead into camera. He's like, the voters are too smart to fall for those kind of theatrics.
Wrong.
Oh, Batman.
The people of Gotham are easily swayed. They need to like update themselves. Also, can we like? There's a couple of things about the episode that like caught me off guard. Like by off guard, like left me wondering. Like first of all, why does he have like a bust of William Shakespeare, and that's where he hides the?
That's in every episode. That's just where the lever to the.
But all of a sudden now, like
wall is.
Robin is practicing Shakespeare.
Yeah, he was doing Macbeth.
Yes.
Or was it Hamlet? I don't remember.
No, it was Macbeth. It was like, I'm glad you have the lead in Macbeth. Where does Robin find all the time to like be the lead in Macbeth, which I'm sure is a very difficult role, plus fight crime, plus go to school and study for a civics test? Like, Bruce is a bad surrogate father here. He's like, you have a civics test to study for in addition to being the lead of the school play. Oh, the red phone's ringing. All those things I said about, being a responsible student. No, tut-tut.
All out the window.
Also, the phrase tut-tut was used in this episode.
I mean, King Tut wasn't even in this one. He's a TV villain.
Bubba Hotep.
King Tut is pretty awful. I don't really like that villain.
Careful, he'll curse you. He'll curse your butt.
It's neither here nor there. The highlight, I mean, the show is a comedy, which I think people forget sometimes.
Yeah.
The highlight is definitely the Penguin sets up a fake bank robbery. So him and Batman rush there and they're fighting people, but newscasters get trapped inside and they just treat it like it's any other newscast while there's like 20 people just fighting in the background. And the way they cut is hilarious.
But it's like in the convention hall and like to me, it's definitely a satire of like the political conventions because they keep saying the convention hall. And it's just a fight down on the floor.
Including one guy who gets knocked on the floor. He's like, I'm on the floor of the convention hall. Terrible joke, but I love it.
Or Batman throws a guy headfirst through a table.
They broke so many tables.
So many tables and chairs got destroyed in this episode.
It's legitimately hilarious.
Also, one of like a very valuable urn got broke over Burt Ward's back.
I love the commentary. They're just like, well, Robin's out.
Yeah.
There's just taking tallies on the board of like who's knocked out the most criminals.
That's an easy way to write Burt Ward out of a fight scene.
Well, he wasn't running for mayor.
Also an easy way to write Burt Ward out of a fight scene.
Burgess Meredith is the best. I love him in everything.
Oh, he did a great job in it.
He's so fun. He just has fun with it. He's just jumping around, screaming. And he's like, wah, wah, wah. He has his little waddle.
Oh, yeah. He's like, I'm going to run to the police station. Waddle, 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 waddle. The other thing that was like, just like the contrasting, like Batman sitting in his like campaign headquarters, which is obviously like a classroom that they just converted. Like, oh, here's a little place we can use. And he's like, no, the people want substance. The next thing it's like 90 seconds of someone doing like a contra dance.
It goes on for a while.
Yeah,
with
Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Really boring band. Real and boring.
What was their big hit? What was the big Paul Revere and the Raiders hit?
Boy, I couldn't tell you.
I'm fact checking the show.
Yeah. It was a fun 90 seconds of belly dancing. It went on for a bit. They're like, we paid her for the day. I guess she could just dance. We'll stick it in the show for as long as we need.
Let's see. Paul Revere and the Raiders is an American rock band. Among their songs were...
Loose use of the term.
Kicks, Hungry, Him or Me, What's It Gonna Be? And the the platinum certified classic #1 single, Indian Reservation.
Don't know it, not looking it up.
Wow. Look at all the past members of the band.
Damn.
That's a lot of people.
It's like a 50-person band. Does that even count as the same band at that point?
That's a good question. Like people who go see Leonard Skinner now.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know more about this song, Indian Reservation.
I don't.
Because what?
I know.
Tell them what vote helps Batman get back in it.
So all the polls have Penguin leading, all the predictions, but the predictions of the election are wrong. First, Penguin's in the lead. He takes the East. But then Batman takes the West, and one girl just goes, we didn't count on the Indian vote. It's like, what the hell was that? That came out of nowhere. Also, no context to that comment.
Yeah, there wasn't.
It was really weird and uncomfortable.
Very. This song is kind of interesting.
Stop looking up that Indian Reservation song. All right, you've seen a few of these now. What's your impression of the show?
I think it was your typical standard Batman TV fare.
You say that as you've seen 4 episodes.
I mean, they were all the same. They kind of have their campy feel. There's no back computer in this. They didn't really use the utility belt, but I will say it was damned convenient that hanging above the vat of hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, that Batman's costume was acid proof, but it doesn't explain why his face wasn't melted off.
When he jumped into a vat of acid.
Yes.
Now.
And then he puts his hands back in. I'm going to disintegrate these thongs.
Just meaning like rope.
Yes,
But I
but
do love old-timey thongs.
why didn't they already dissolve the first time he fell in the acid?
They do use the back computers a little bit when they're talking about the election. They're just casually checking monitors in the back and making sure that the lunar surface is still
Yeah, that was a
normal.
point I made. The lunar surface monitor. I'm like, why are they scanning the lunar surface?
Just making sure it's fine.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong is on his way up there. Actually, it's 67, and they didn't land on the moon until 69.
Yeah, they weren't there yet.
Yeah. So,
But I mean, Batman was ready.
speaking of, I'm actually like, I'd much rather go see First Man than Venom in the theaters.
I hope it's good, man.
What, Venom or First Man?
I mean, I hope every movie ever is good.
You know what First Man is, right?
Yeah. It's the Gosling one that everyone's all pissy about.
Because there's no flag in it.
Yeah.
It's about Neil Armstrong landing on the damn moon.
I can't really speak to being angry about a movie that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I'll get angry about it if I see it in context.
What if there's no flag in the trailer? Doesn't mean there might not be a flag in the movie.
I think they said there's not, but I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't speak to outrage about something I have no context
It's
for.
not a movie about the flag. It's about a movie it's a movie about the Apollo program and Neil Armstrong getting to the moon. It's not a movie about the flag. Sorry. I like the flag.
I mean, maybe it's in there, but personally, everyone could just be distracted by Gosling's cheekbones.
He does have some stately cheekbones.
He should carry. He doesn't really have a franchise. He could use a franchise. I guess he almost got Blade Runner, but that's probably not getting a sequel. Maybe they will in 20 years.
Yeah.
Give him a franchise. The Goose Gosling.
Oh, okay. I get it. Baby Goose.
But at the end of the day, the lesson is the voters are smart, and you should definitely go vote as part of your civics lesson that Robin got, and that you can never learn too much about politics. But I disagree because I'm really tired.
You know what I'm going to tell you? This episode ties in because it was National Voter Registration Day.
It was also Adam West's birthday last week, and midterms are coming up. There we go. It's all connected.
See, it all
And Batman was in the
interweaves
news
itself.
in the last week.
Yes.
in a way.
See, he kind of had his own little sex scandal here. That's with his mirror run.
I love these episodes. I think.
Can you
they're
imagine if the bank
hilarious.
was like, "Oh, you're gonna vote for Batman? Well, look at these salacious pictures that have surfaced."
You had fun with it. You had a chuckle.
I did have a couple of chuckles,
I love this
and then the
show.
cold medicine kicked in, and I kind of dozed off for a minute.
I don't think these are necessarily the best episodes, but these ones are right up there for me. I like
There
them a
always
lot.
seems to be like the ones I've seen, like some sort of machine that somebody gets thrown into.
Oh yeah, there's always the death trap at the end for the cliffhanger. I've only shown you good episodes. I haven't shown you the rough.
No, but like the
ones.
machine at the end, the campaign literature machine,
Yeah, where they defeat the Penguin by throwing him in a machine
and he gets
that puts him
boxed.
in a box. But at first, I'm like, are they killing everyone? Are they just going to come out as boxes? But no, just trapped inside.
just like
of
the
them.
stamp artist.
Just like Bart when they went to the box factory.
Oh,
Over
yes.
the- My boy's a box because it had the hat on it.
Yes.
I wonder if that's where the Simpsons got this. Probably not. But
Eh,
I'm
you
going to
never
say
know.
they did.
I don't know.
I'm going to lie.
Go for it.
Libel.
Say it with conviction, and
Slander.
that's only when you're talking about a person.
I'm talking about a box.
Then you can't libel or slander a box.
I say watch these if you can find a way because they're funny.
Yes, they're enjoyable.
And also depressing because you might see some similarities with political discourse in today's world.
Just watch it and enjoy it,
And get sad and go, yeah, that's
or
what
just watch it and enjoy it for what it is.
Burgess Meredith, man. I'll watch him in anything.
There you go. Even better.
Except for Rocky 5. He's really weird and bad in that for the one scene he's in.
Yeah.
He has one good line. Like, get up, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And remember, Mickey loves you. And that's when I'm like, when would he have ever said a line like that? Never. So out of character.
He's gonna mortarize you.
Whatever. I say watch these episodes. I think they're fun. And Batman should be mayor. But only the 60s Batman. Not this weird voyeuristic Batman that's in today's comics. No, exposition or whatever we call it. Exhibitionist Batman.
Yeah.
There we go.
Voyeuristic.
I don't want this.
He's like watching
exhibitionist
into people's
Batman.
windows, like peeping Tom Batman.
He could be. He did the OMAC thing for a while. Callback. Boom.
There you go. I say
Brother
watch
Eye.
it. Enjoy it.
From there, low down on love. No. We're moving on to letters to the editors.
What's wrong with you?
I didn't even come up with the title. That one was pitched to me. Do you want to know what the options were? I was given options
Yeah.
before we do the letter theme. I was asked which one I liked best.
Nobody asked for my input, by the way. Why wasn't I brought in on this discussion?
We now enter the Junior Rich Love Lounge.
That's kind of, I don't know how I feel about that.
The lowdown on love with Junior Rich, or Jared's amorous update.
Ooh, see, like, no, the amorous update feels like it's
But he
like,
said trying to stay away from segments with Jared's name in it.
yeah, I like that. Yeah. Plus, like, the amorous update sounds like it's like you're trying to like speed date me through people. The Love Lounge just sounds creepy.
Sounds like that thing that Tim Meadows did on SNL.
Oh,
Ladies Man.
Ladies Man, yeah.
That's what I want. I want a Tim Meadows.
So the lowdown on love with Junior Rich. See, I like that because that's more of an advice segment than a like. See, I can buy into it if it's like an advice segment.
I think
and people
it could be
send me letters,
whatever
but
we want.
I know what you want it to be, and I'm going to try actively to avoid it being that.
And that's why we'll have fun. Letters theme.
Lot of questions, number one. Damn few answers.
Here's another one of your letters to the editors.
Make it so.
At my expense.
So there was just a theme. That sounds so awkward.
Oh no, I'm still perseverating over the fact that you've created a segment of the show about my personal life without consulting me.
Or you could just lie.
It's fair,
Glamorously lie. With Spider-Man out on PlayStation 4.
I'm really tempted to buy that.
I wish I could. What are your favorite superhero video games?
I like the old school Ninja Turtles games, like the arcade style games. Those were fun. Other superhero video.
We've drunkenly played those.
Yes, I know we have, and I enjoyed those. You know what I had as a kid that I really liked? Those little like battery operated ones that you could like buy on the store. It was like an LCD screen, and it had everything in it already.
What are those called?
Like Power Pocket. I can't remember. You know what I'm talking about, right?
100%. Those are stupid and terrible.
I had a Spider-Man one I loved.
Because they had the preset images in there that would light up in the bare minimum of what you could actually call a game. Those are awful.
No, I had a Spider-Man
Tiger
one I enjoyed.
Electronics.
Yes.
I got there. They suck.
I had a Spider-Man one. I liked it.
Would you ever go back to that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. When I was growing up, it was like feast or famine. Like I only had a couple of games, like because they were pricey, and it would just you had to learn how to play the games that you had because that's what you had.
It was expensive. I had a Turtles one for my Game Boy. I miss Game Boy. I wish I could find my Game Boy, like the original. I had the clear one. Remember when Game Boys came out with? I had the clear one.
I just use the Game Boy Advance because that you can plug Game Boy cartridges into.
Oh, okay.
I'm literally playing a game on it right now. Not right this second, but right now. It's not a good game, by the way. But like, I had to play the Spider-Man, like Return of the Sinister Six game on Nintendo because that's just the comic book game that I had as a kid. It's a terrible game. I had a couple of Ninja Turtles ones too.
You know what the first game I ever beat was from beginning to end, and I beat it. It was
I don't know, so I'm just
Link's Awakening.
Ooh, that's a toughie.
That's a fun game though.
That's a good one.
I remember when I finally beat the final boss. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, I did it.
The first game I ever beat was Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project.
Wow. It's like when Link's Awakening was out though, like it was like right like when I was playing it, the internet wasn't as big a thing, so you had to you couldn't look up online.
You gotta get Nintendo Power.
Yeah, which I couldn't afford Nintendo Power. Kidding me?
It's like $3 a magazine.
Yeah, we don't. But
I think they were like $5. They were pricey.
Yeah, but like finding all the secret seashells
by the seashore,
something like that. I remember like literally trying to find the last seashell. I dug everywhere on the map you could possibly dig.
I haven't played the last generation of games at all, so I have no context for what's recently come out. One of the ones that I really liked on like Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, terrible movie, one of the worst movies ever, X-Men Origins Wolverine, awesome game.
Really?
Amazing. It's just, you would just tear people apart, and whenever you would get hit, you'd lose your skin, and then it would all heal. It was awesome. It was I loved that game. And they had a story that partially followed the movie. It's like you could see like a draft of the script in there that definitely got changed a bunch. But damn, it was a fun game. The X-Men arcade game, I pumped a lot of quarters into that.
Oh, yeah.
I beat it, but it cost like $20 to beat it. I did that at Lost Valley, just pumping quarters into that machine.
Wow. When you could have been outside enjoying like snow and skiing and snowboarding.
I was cold. Everyone goes inside at some point.
Yeah, you do go inside. For $20 later, you could have been like buying a hot chocolate, warming up, and go. Although as much as I enjoy
beat the game,
as much as I enjoy Lost Valley, you can ski and ride all of it in like an hour.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't really enjoy Lost Valley.
It's a fun if
taking
you want to
shots.
It's a fun weeknight thing if you want to go for a couple hours. And
when I was a kid, that was just the closest one. So our school would bus us there.
It's still the closest one to where we live now.
Yeah, but they would bus us there every Wednesday, so I'd go there once a week.
Yeah,
which is why I pumped $20 into a machine.
You animal.
There has to be more. I mean, Spider-Man 2 is great on PlayStation 2. Everyone always points.
What about like the Arkham Asylum? Some of the Batman games.
I've only played the first one. The Batman games back in the day, the NES one is great. Hard as hell. I never beat it. Or Batman Returns on Super Nintendo. That was just a beat 'em up. I'm not very good at just like the straight beat.
Like a button masher.
I'd always die like in the first 5 minutes. I'm like, how do you hold on? Like I'm punching all of them. Why am I losing my lives? So
Turtles
quickly?
in Time.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a tough one.
It's not. No, that's incredibly.
Oh, that was the easy one.
Yeah, that one is easy as hell.
We increased the degree of difficulty for ourselves.
I think that was the game because you beat it, and it was like, you don't get the real ending. Like, to hell with you, game. I'm getting the real ending.
Yes.
And then it was just like, congratulations. Like,
that's
son of a bitch.
Bait and switch.
Where's some other good ones?
I'm trying to think.
I liked the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games when they came out. I think I think they'd be boring to play now, but I liked them at the time. Or the same like with the X-Men ones on PlayStation. I forget their name now. Like I remember the second one was like Apocalypse something. And
well, the Ninja Turtles like Street Fighter game.
That one's not very fun.
Come on, it's fun.
I've beat one of them. I still have to try and beat the other two in story mode. I was trying for a little bit, then I got bored.
I'm gonna
just because I owned them and I want to beat them at some point.
Let's see. Comic book video games.
The ones on Nintendo for X-Men sucked. The Wolverine ones sucked. The X-Men ones sucked. X-Men on Sega Genesis was really good. That was
Sega Genesis.
Where you got to do like the level select right up front.
Yeah.
I remember that was great. I remember like Nightcrawler and Gambit and Psylocke and Cyclops and Wolverine. It was a great roster.
Let's see. Ultimate Spider-Man.
I feel like you just found a really long list.
Yeah, it's gonna kind of be hard to. Oh, on the worst, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer game.
I played it.
Would you say it was on the worst?
I don't.
It
made no impression on me whatsoever. I know I played it and beat it.
Oh, Screen Rant's pretty good. They usually have good lists of things. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh yeah, that game was pricey for a while. That was like a $90 game until they ported it.
Oh, what about the Lego Batman? The Lego.
They're fine. I mean, they're for kids, but if you have like a small child in your life, they're great.
Oh, they had a Judge Dredd game?
Who knew?
Not me. Oh, the old the X-Men games for like Super Nintendo.
Whatever. This is a long episode.
Yeah.
So we listed some. Whatever.
Oh, what's this? Oh, the Spider-Man 2 game is pretty good. Yeah, Batman Arkham Asylum is number 1 on the Screen Rant list. So
yeah, I liked it. I've only played the first one. Enjoyable. I remember getting really bored of watching the same animations over and over again, though.
Fair.
But that'll do it for this week. Next week.
Oh, is it my time to plug? Do I have to do all the plugging now?
You can. Can I at least?
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Next week, keep your children away and bring your 6-packs, because it's time for our annual Halloween drinking episode.
Why are we drinking? Isn't that like closer to Halloween? We're doing it like on the first weekend of October.
It's just a fun
I'd like
one,
to live to see 34.
I'd like to open it with something fun.
Oh, you're going to open something, all right. What's the subject of the drinking game?
We are going. I have to make this one up. We're going to take a book that's in the same canon as this one that had the drinking game last year, and I'm going to try and make it approximate drinking game.
Oh boy,
a book called Monster Motors.
All right, I'm going to begin my cleanse now to prepare myself for this. Well, in the meantime, if you like the show, go over to patreon.com/editorsnotecomics and you can help. Oh boy, here comes the sneeze. You can help buy me some cold medicine. Wait for it. You know what stinks? You get that tickle in your nose. Like
that
is
the
sneeze.
Worst feeling in the world, and I hate it.
Like you're about to sneeze, and then it goes away.
If I could murder a feeling, I would murder that.
The tingling in your nose.
I hate it so
and then
much.
but it goes away. So let's try this again. So patreon.com/editorsnotecomics for $1 a month. You can get this show a day early. You can also get the Buffy back issue bin. That's the other show on the network for a whole week early. Again, that's only for $1 a month. Plus, you get Zach's write up on the best releases of the week in comics. If you want to throw a little more cheddar our way for $5 a month, you can be a Duke or Duchess of the podcast. Again, that's patreon.com/editorsnotecomics.
Everything else is on the main website, editorsnotecomics.com. It really all links from there. You know,
on all of the social medias.
I guess rate, review, subscribe if you could.
You lasted a whole week and a half or 2 weeks of not pandering for the rate, review, and subscribe. Are you sad about that?
I hate those people.
Well, you just were one of those people.
That's the problem with
Do you hate yourself?
Sometimes, like, in business, like, my general outlook on life is like, I don't want to pester people. But when you run a business, you kind of got to pester people a bit. It's annoying.
No one's going to spend money if they don't know you're there.
I know. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week. Get ready. I think it'll be a good one.
I'm on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. You're
at Junior Rich.
At Junior Rich. That's
I'm here doing all the work for you, plugging your store, plugging the Patreon. And the Patreon must be doing well because you've been expanding to the family-size boxes of mac and cheese now for me when I come over.
Oh, those just were there.
Oh.
We're almost out.
So Patreon it up, people. I need my Tuesday night dinners.
You're literally forcing us to eat mac and cheese because we're not going to give you a whole family-size box.
You're like, yeah, got breakfast for tomorrow. I'm like, mac and cheese for breakfast?
What I do, I just eat leftovers for breakfast.
That's the most important meal of the day.
No, it's not.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just there.
It's my favorite meal of the day. I love a good breakfast.
We'll be back next week. Drinking game time.